Alright, so in this video I'm going to explain um, how to install and set up a Python module, which is one of the two Python modules which we are I'm researching uh, at this stage of the DataKey project um, in order to explore the possibilities of using Python to set up our OLAP data cube and connect to Excel. So this first module that I'm going to install, set up, and test in this video is a Python module um, specifically for the purpose that we are looking for. And this package or module is called OlaPy. So I'm probably going to paste the link of this particular package in the description, although it is absolutely not necessary. It might be necessary if you want to install um, from GitHub and not from your native package manager or or the actual Python package installer, which is called pip, pip. So this is a tool that we should be familiarized with before starting the process of installation, because we're installing a Python package. So any Python developer um, is familiar with this. So for those who are not familiar with Python, the way to install any Python package is by using this tool I already mentioned, which is called pip or pip. So when you have a Python installation, in most cases, this tool pip comes already pre-installed with Python. So that should be a problem. But for those that doesn't have this installed or doesn't even have Python installed, the first thing you should do is install Python. And so depending on your operating system, this can be um, done in many different ways. So for example, let's start with Microsoft Windows systems. In Windows systems, you can um, actually you need to download the Python installer from the python.org website. So you download I think that it's an MSI extension installer. So actually, I'm going to show for those who want more specific instructions. You just have to go to python.org. Actually, if you go to python.org/downloads, okay. All right. Over here we are in the download page of Python, which is python.org/downloads. And so here you will see the latest version for your operating system. You just download it and install it. Okay. For example, if you have, as I said, a Windows system, you can go to Windows and download the latest, which is 3.7.3. This is the recommended version you should download. Okay, so for Linux users, it is in many cases not necessary because Python can pre-install with many Linux distributions. So you already have Linux installed, and as I said, if you have Python installed, um, you should have already installed pip in your system, which is this package over here. Okay, all right, just this package pip, um, which is access to the pip uh, tool in the command line. So we're gonna go back to our terminal, and we're gonna go ahead and use uh, pip pip to install. Pip is a Python package installer. Um, to install this Python package, okay, which is called OlaPy, as I already said, and which is specifically used for what we're aiming to do with the data cube. I'm gonna read um, um, a quick definition of this package. Okay, this OlaPy, OLAP engine. OlaPy is an OLAP engine based on Python, which gives you a set of tools for the development of reporting and analytic applications, multidimensional analysis, and browsing of aggregated data with MDX and XMLA support. Okay, and some of the features, highlights of these packages are um, it is fast and uses in-memory technology and various techniques such as aggregation and real-time computation to provide sub-second responses. Okay, so um, speed is um, a strong advantage of this OLAP engine, which is based on Python. Okay, it also includes an ETL layer, ETL extract transform load layer for better data handling. Okay, this is a pretty powerful feature, actually. We know that we now count with our own ETL tool, so we're not looking to replace that. But this is a powerful tool that can be used inside the OLAP engine, which I'm sure that will give us very powerful capabilities. And another of the advantages of this OLAP engine based on Python is that it supports most common databases. Okay, this one feature in particular is very important to us in this project because it supports the most common databases, which includes the free software database engines like Postgres, MySQL, and also proprietary database engines such as Oracle and SQL Server. And it also supports CSV file format. Okay, for those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with the CSV file format, CSV stands for comma separated values, and it's a pretty common um, and pretty straightforward and easy to read and write file format for um, organized storing organized information in files, similar to XML, but more simple. And it is used a lot with tools like and applications like Excel and similar applications. So the CSV file format, um, it uses this um, CSV file format and the most common databases, which I mentioned, um, to construct cubes, OLAP data cubes. So Enough for an introduction, and I'm gonna go ahead and install this package using the Python package installer. Okay, so the name of the package, as I already said, is OlaPy. So that is also the name of the package. And the first step to install it is um, run the pip command line tool, which we already installed, and install OlaPy. So generally we do this: pip install and okay the name of the package, which in this case is OlaPy. Okay, so for those of you who want to learn more about Python, I'm gonna take a quick time to explain more in detail what this is. Um, Basically, PIP, as I already told, is the name of the command line tool that we're using, which is the Python package installer. So that is the name of the command, and install is the name of the subcommand we are passing the command. So we're saying we want to install a package, and so the next parameter has to be the name of the package. So if we wanted to install another uh, package, another different package which isn't even related to it, we can just type the name of the package. Okay, so we're install OlaPy. So we will run pip install OlaPy because we have already installed Python, the latest Python version. In my case right now, I'm going to modify slightly this, and I'm going to run pip3 instead of just pip. Okay, that is because I have many Python installations in my system, and right now I am explicitly telling the Python package installer to use the latest um, version, which is uh, pip3, which works with Python 3 version. And this is what I like to do because I have many um, Python instances in my system. So you go ahead and do this. You can specify this if you have different um, Python instances running in your system. So you would run pip3, but if you just install as we did previously, just downloading the latest version and you have that version, you can run just pip install OlaPy. So you enter the command, it's collecting OlaPy, it's downloading the files. Okay, this should be quick. Okay, it's collecting all the packages that needs to be installed. Okay, and it's gonna go ahead and install OlaPy for us. Okay, okay, collecting SQL Alchemy, an important package which works in conjunction with this OLAP server we are installing right now. Okay, it's installing all the dependencies, but as we will see, we will take an extra precaution um, and check for all remaining dependencies in a later step. Okay, okay, and right now it's building the wheels, which is um, another concept of Python packages management system. Okay, basically what we're doing right now is installing this package in our Python environment, and we can also do this in what is called virtual environments, which I like a lot to work on. Okay, I will talk about this. Meanwhile, this is finishing execution. Okay, because this OLAP server is, as we see, a pretty robust piece of software, and so it's pretty heavy, you can say, in its functionality. We read about, I told you about some um, of the core functionalities which are pretty powerful already. I told you about them in this video. So it's installing all of it, okay? And the next step we're going to do once this is done, we will have the package already installed in our Python environment. And we will have to initialize, as we will see. We'll have to initialize the OLAP server to then be able to test it by running it. Okay, so as I was saying, um, we can also do this in virtual environments. Um, okay, which is another topic I can cover in another video because it has such a range scope, and um, we should talk about this as a separate topic because it's another topic which is a little bit complex to understand. So right now we have an error over here. So first, the command was successful in build the OlaPy spine SQL alchemy. Okay, and this XML which is a XML package, and these other packages and one regex package. Okay, and it was installed in the collected packages. Okay, it successfully downloaded and collected package, which is, as I already told you, this is Python packaging terminology. So all of these packages, okay, it was starting a process, and this looks like a permission process. So I'm going to run it with my super user privileges. I'm gonna put my password. Okay. So right now, it ran. Okay. Okay. So it's already installed. All right. So what we're gonna do next is the next step. Serves two purposes at the same time. Okay. We're gonna initialize, as I already said, we're gonna initialize the OLAP server based in Python called OlaPy we have just installed. We're gonna initialize, and this will tell us if this step runs well, we will have initialized the OLAP server, and also we will have confirmed that the installation process ran successfully. So we're gonna go ahead and initialize the OLAP server. Okay. So for that, I will say OlaPy, okay, the name of the package, which contains the OLAP server init, okay, just like that, init, OlaPy, init, OlaPy init. So we execute it, and command not found tells us that the installation process wasn't run successfully. Okay. So gonna go ahead and run the installation command again. Just that it is already satisfied. All right. All right. Okay, so we seem to have a problem over here um, with the pip installation. I didn't thought we were running into problems over here, but okay, I would have to debug this and update another video with the solution to this. Um, so what we can do right now is go ahead and try to install it by the second installation method, which is downloaded from directly from the GitHub package and not from the pip package. Okay. So what we'll do is okay. Okay, so yeah, you didn't install it. So we're gonna go ahead and install it via GitHub, which is also a simple process, but you have to type in a lot more than the pip command. So we will go hit git, okay, git clone, right? If you're familiar with git, you know what we're doing here, okay, and the direction of the git directory, right? Which is what I'm typing right in right now, okay? Okay. So first of all, I would like to. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it right here in this directory. I mean, no problem. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and clone it. Okay, it's cloning the repository. This is remember this is the second method too for installing um, the the Python package for the OLAP server based on Python called OlaPy. Which we're doing this second method because of the first didn't work, which actually was good for the learning in this video because um, I will resolve that in another video. What is the problem with right now with this pip installation? So if the pip installation should have been successful, we wouldn't be able to do this second method. So this second method doesn't require you to have pip already installed, but you have to have Python installed. Okay, to run the installation script that comes in the Git package we are downloading right now. So, okay, it's downloading. It's already downloaded. Okay, so it is right here, the directory OlaPy over there. The Git repository was downloaded. So we will go ahead and enter in that directory. Okay, in the OlaPy directory, and go ahead and look at the inside, and we have all of this. Okay, which is the whole repository and the installation files. Okay, so to do this, we do a simple process which also all Python developers should be familiar with, which is installing a package from a um, setup.py file. Okay, so what we will do is Python setup.py install. Okay, which is the setup.py file which we are seeing in this current directory. Okay, so you can run this as I already said if you have done our previous installation steps for Python, but I'm going to specify Python 3 over here. You can do that if you want, and if you have many instances running on your system and it is running the installation script and it says finish processing dependencies for OlaPy. Okay, so we're already all set up. It's installed on our system, and we're gonna run the OlaPy command with the init parameter to initialize and also test if the installation was successful. Okay, so we run as previously, OlaPy init, we run it, okay, and right now it's not giving us an error because it already was successfully installed. So we got the message OlaPy with pandas. Pandas is a pretty good um, library for Python, to very powerful tool for making stuff in Excel through Python. And I already was researching that on my free time, and I was seeing these powerful tools that Pandas offer to Python users to connect to Excel. So it is actually pretty good that we are actually now researching into Python tools, because right now we're confirming that OlaPy, um, the tool that we're using right now, uses Pandas, a tool that I already was researching in my free time, because we weren't previously working with Python at all in this project. So I was not doing that in the while working on the project. But in my free time, I was really curious, and I was researching about tools, with Python tools, that can work with Excel, and this pandas is the most powerful of them all. So OlaPy is using pandas, and so it says initializing demo cubes, initializing config files. So this tells us that we are all set up with our installation step, with our download and installation step, and also with our initialization test. And also we know that the installation was successful. So our next step will be, as I said, to be a little bit more cautious and see if all dependencies are already satisfied. And for that, I'm going to go pip install, right? You know, gonna go dash r dev requirements txt. Okay, so in my case, remember that you will run pip and I will run pip3, because I have different Python instances running in my system. So it's doing what I tell it to do, checking for dependencies, okay, and it should be ready in short. It's collecting and installing. So the following we're going to do is also an extra step that I like to to include over here, and I would like you to also do it, is because we're going to configure with a simple command, okay, um, which will allow us in Python to run automated um, um, unit and integral testing. So yeah, it's called Python tux, okay, and just we're gonna run the command tux for doing that once this is done, okay. So right now it's building the wheel, as I already told in the previous installation. Wheel is also file format which is used for the um, package installation instruction file, which is used by the Python installer package. So it's actually running through all the setup for all the packages, as I told. This is what we're doing right now. All the packages which may have a dependency or might be linked, or we might use with this OLAP server we are currently installing. Okay, so successfully built pretty table for all the respective packages. There are a lot because, as I told you, as I am getting deeper into this research, I'm seeing this actually Python OLAP servers are some of the most powerful, and this one OlaPy is really impressing me at the moment. As the pandas package of Python also had already impressed me regarding tools for advanced, actually pretty advanced tools for connecting and um, using into inside Excel. Okay, so our process is already all done. Okay, so as I was telling you, the next step, an extra step which I am adding is this one to run Python tox. Okay, so just tox, T-O-X. Okay, and we run that command. Okay, once the previous command was done. All right, this is enabling us to in the future be able to run some unit testing and integrated testing. So pretty powerful stuff we are setting up over here. Okay, and also if you run into any problem that is not covered in this video, you have any different problem or error uh, during this process, because I know that it's a lot, you can also write a comment in the video, and I'll be glad to help you with whatever problem you're stumbling upon. So we're gonna wait for the process to finish. Right, let's installing the unit testing and integrated testing package, or basically enabling it for us to use with our newly installed packages, because I already have it Python installed. So um, basically we have already initialized, as we saw in the previous step in which we run OlaPy init. So we have already initialized our OLAP server, okay, based in Python. And in the next video, I'm going to go through the first um, use the OLAP server and connect to Excel, and how to actually use the OlaPy package. So I already said at some point during this video that we're gonna test by running the server in this video. That actually will be the first step to do in the next video, because we're gonna go ahead and connect through Excel and go ahead and see all the capabilities that OlaPy, OLAP server based in Python offers us. Okay, so remember that these videos are continuous. Okay, and this I actually am gonna run the server to test, as I previously said in this video over here. Um, and in the next video, you gotta remember that in order to start all the testing, you should have initialized the OLAP server, which we already did in this video with OlaPy in it, and to run the server, which is what we're going to do now once Python talks. Our unit integrated testing package is done with its setup. So I hope this is being clear, and any comment or question or any problem that you run into in your system, any operating system you have, you can drop it in the comment, and I'll be glad to help with any problem you're having with setting up this environment. Okay, so it's still going on through the process, and in the meanwhile, we can actually, for those who want to learn more about Python, we can actually go ahead and explain some of what we are seeing here. Okay, in the current process, it is installing dependencies, and so it is installing. Okay, uh, these dependencies, which are very important. Okay, if we want to run to build a really good cube and to run good testing. Okay, this one PyMySQL is for MySQL, and this PsychoPG2 is for PostgreSQL. Okay, those who are not familiar with Postgre, okay, on Unix like systems, like Linux based systems and Mac OS X. So PsychoPG2 is the package. Okay, it's a system package for PostgreSQL. Okay, so this that we're doing here in this step is pretty important, and so I'm just um, taking a look at our process. Okay, so that you um, can confirm with all the output that we had that your installation was successful. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can go ahead and rewatch any part of the video, and also, as I said, if you have any problems, you can drop it in the comment, and I will do my best to help resolve any problem. Okay, so now uh, it's going ahead with the installation. Okay, if you, as you are seeing right now, it started the test session. All right. Okay, 32 dash pass in 21.11 seconds. Pretty good stuff. So as you said, this process should take a little bit of time, so you have to be a little bit patient, with your system. Okay, but right now, as you see, the process is being successful. Okay, and it should be near its end, near its completion. Okay. All right. So actually, I think it's gonna take a little bit longer because right now, previously it was installing, as I told you, as I have many Python versions installed in my system, it was previously installing the Python uh, 2.7 versions of these components. Okay, so um, right now it's installing the Python 3.7 version. Okay, for the same components that I was previously describing to you. Okay, so if you want to learn more about Python, okay, these are, as I told, the package for Python connection to these databases. In this case, PyMySQL is for MySQL, and PsychoPG2 is for PostgreSQL connection in Python. Okay, so yeah, um, right now the test session of the packages installed for unit and integrated testing in Python 2.7 was completely successful, as you see in here. And right now we're gonna see the same with Python 3.7. which is installing right now. Okay, so to further explain this step of the process, which we're waiting on, what we're doing here, as I already said previously, is that the previous extra step we took was to install all missing dependencies, and right now, specifically, when I say all of the dependencies, is all dependencies including the development dependencies, which are usually not included in the standard installation. Okay, so this enables us to use powerful tools inside the OLAP server, which are actually very useful when developing a tool like the one we're developing right now, which includes, as I said, ability to run unit tests and integrated tests. So automated, of course, completely automated. I'm talking about, right? Okay, so um, that's what we're doing now. Right now, we are setting up those installed um, development packages right now. Okay, with this tool called Tox or Python Tox. Okay, that's TOX. Okay, that is the command that we run now, that we're running now. It's just TOX. Remember? Okay, you can see it over here in the terminal. And so once this is done, we should be all set up, and all that will be left is to run the server. Okay, to be able to start working on the OLAP server and exploring its capabilities through Excel in the next video. Okay, so it's installing, running the setup, installing dependencies. And so I will also, as a side note, debug the initial pip installation that we tried, and hopefully we'll update with a video of the final fix of that issue. Um, for those of you that unluckily, uh, like me, run into this initial problem, which maybe most certainly has to do um, with my current environment setup. So it's already running the test session and running the tests, okay, to make sure the setup is all right. And okay, it is finished, and okay, it says command succeeded in Python 2.7 version and command succeeded in Python 3.7 version. Okay, and it says congratulations and gives us um, a good, pretty good looking smiley face. All right. So right now, what we're gonna do is, as I said, just run the server. Okay, and for that we will run OlaPy. Remember, we'll always use this command because it's the name of the command tool for accessing the OLAP server we just installed. Okay, which is called OlaPy. Okay, so OlaPy run server. All right, I'm gonna run that. And okay, OlaPy with pandas is successfully running. Okay, it just gives us a warning, a YAML warning, okay, a load warning, right, of YAML, right, which for those of you who don't know is a pretty good language um, for web integrations of various structural data. And okay, it's deprecated as the default loader is safe. So yeah, I will probably have to update that to make this warning disappear. But as a warning, it's not an error, and the system is running good. This is just a version which I have to update regarding the YAML loader. The YAML loader. Okay, so okay, that's it. We're all set up and done, and I hope you follow through. And any problems, you can let me know. And we will see in the next video how to start getting our hands dirty with this OLAP server based on Python through for accessing data through Microsoft Office Excel. All right, that's all for now. See you in the next video.